We want to begin now with some breaking news. Rapper Lil Durk is charged in a for hire plot.
After news broke that Lil Durk's trial was delayed until May 4th, his legal team filed paperwork requesting his release from jail, using his current conditions as part of their argument. According to the filing, the Chicago rapper has been held in a special housing unit without due process since August 29, 2025, confined to a small cell just large enough for a bed, toilet, and sink, and locked down for 23 hours a day. The documents state he has no access to commissary, is limited to one phone call per month, and is not allowed in-person visits. His attorneys say he was originally placed in the unit as punishment for allegedly possessing an Apple Watch, but claim the supposed infraction has still not been reviewed by the discipline committee, which typically happens within 5 working days. Inmates from Durk's cell block have also reportedly spoken about the situation, saying he has effectively been placed in solitary confinement.
They got Lil Durk in a hole for basically some BS, and right now we're going to show the paperwork. They saying that he was caught with a cell phone, and basically that's not true. They trying to keep him in a hole, do a lot of things that they shouldn't be doing or whatever, but they're trying to make a point because they saying that me and him is privileged and we got so many things going on, and it's a lot of BS.
But Lil Durk's team also shared a message on his story showing support, writing, "Crazy how you got to wait until it's dark out to see who really with you." The post hinted that Durk may be realizing not everyone is standing by him during this situation. Even DJ Academics weighed in, claiming that a lot of rappers seem to be switching sides as the case unfolds.
I wouldn't be surprised if some of the went on tour with, did songs with, called you they brother, they twin. I wouldn't be surprised if these rappers try to India. These are down low and dirty. And I think this is what, I think Durk right now is thinking that, man, I thought I was just with a whole bunch of real. No, you weren't. No, you weren't. And I feel bad for Durk. When King Slime got locked up, there was a whole parade. Free him! Free him! Free him! Oh, nah. Everybody would post details of the case. How is this humane? How could they do this? Yo, free... not Smurk. No, free Slime. Durk got locked up. They might give that half a bar. Free Smirk. And they moved the... I'll give credit. I have heard some of these guys have sent lawyers. Good for that, but... Smirk is in there, man, realizing the world don't stop spinning because you locked.
DJ Academics went on to say that Lil Durk likely won't be the same person he was before his incarceration if he's ever released. He explained that Durk built his reputation on loyalty and supporting the people around him, but now it appears many of those same individuals have distanced themselves, potentially changing how he views relationships moving forward.
Let me tell y'all, the Durk y'all loved when he was free, if he gets back out again, he'll never be that Durk. I'm gonna tell you why. He done learned a lot of lessons. This is me assuming. Nothing he's told me. But the things that he did for others. Y'all know when he came on my podcast, right? And he said, man, yo, Gunna's a snitch. I can't Gunna. Man, that. I don't care. I love Thug. He said that because Thug told him. Yo, what Durk is realizing, Durk is a great soldier, but nobody looked at him like a leader. Durk was willing to move on behalf of the people he's loyal to when they get locked up. When he locked up, they might drop him as a bar in a song, but...
As the situation continued to go viral, prosecutors reportedly responded to what Lil Durk's legal team was attempting to argue about his jail conditions by introducing new evidence in court. Among the exhibits was a 2022 selfie Durk took posing with $1 million in cash. While the image may have appeared to be simple flexing on social media, prosecutors argued there was a deeper meaning behind it. They alleged that in 2022, Durk placed a $1 million bounty on Quando Rondo. According to court documents, the government claims that defendant banks worked through trusted associates, including defendant Wilson and another alleged co-conspirator, to recruit individuals to travel to Southern California on August 18, 2022, with the intent of targeting Quando Rondo. The filings further state that, consistent with Durk's alleged promise of financial reward, Wilson solicited participants by offering a $1 million payment on Durk's behalf in exchange for flying to Los Angeles to carry out the crime. Prosecutors also claimed that co-conspirators were rewarded in additional ways, pointing out that Durk later appeared in music videos and referenced certain individuals in rap lyrics in the months following the incident. One example they highlighted was his song Block is Hot, which they suggested was tied to those alleged rewards, more concerning for the defense. Prosecutors say they have multiple cooperating witnesses prepared to testify that Durk was a true organizer behind the alleged acts. This has reportedly raised concerns within his camp that federal authorities may have substantial testimony lined up against him. Meanwhile, those present at a recent hearing noted visible changes in Durk's appearance, saying he looked noticeably thinner and had cut his dreadlocks. Court updates from the hearing stated that the judge denied his motion to disqualify, denied his motion to dismiss for vagueness, took his motion for a bill of particulars under advisement, and also took under advisement a motion to dismiss count 4. A legal analyst following the case later weighed in, explaining what the denial of several motions could potentially mean for Durk moving forward.
Criminal lawyer, and I just learned that the rap artist Lil Durk just had his motion to dismiss his for hire case denied. To be honest, I'm not that surprised. Let me tell you guys something. There's only two ways that Lil Durk is rocking out of that federal courtroom on 2 feet. A jury of 12 people says that he is not guilty, or President Trump pardons him. There's no other way that Durk is walking out of that court free. That judge is not going to be dismissing any key evidence. He's not going to be dismissing any motions. He's not going to do anything that significantly helps Lil Durk walk out of that courtroom without having a trial. Now, how and why am I so sure of this? Well, here's the first thing I want to tell you. Most federal judges used to be federal prosecutors, exact prosecutors that are prosecuting Durk. A lot of judges used to stand in that very position. Federal prosecutors can be very biased people, and very rarely, once they put on that black robe and become a judge, do they get rid of those biases, okay? That judge very likely probably thinks that Durk is guilty. He just can't be the one to actually say it.
He said there's virtually no chance that Lil Durk will get the case thrown out before trial, meaning he'll likely have to go through the full court process and attempt to prove his innocence there. That statement sparked even more reactions online, with multiple content creators weighing in and sharing their thoughts on how the trial could unfold.
Mo, this is my last no jumper. Durk Torre told me I wasn't supposed to come back up here with that last.
Now look what happened to him.
That man got kids. You talking about look what happened to him.
Definitely not happy about him.
I wouldn't be happy if you go to jail, Adam, because I know you got daughter. Break down.
There's multiple people who are no longer there for their kids as a result of that Durk allegedly called in.
Until they put that on black and white, sir. Stop throwing stuff on a black man who's trying to do something right for the community right now.
The feds have already put out a lot of information about this.
You don't have to put it out. You don't have to put it out. So this is a major platform.
You're not the boss of me. We talk about rap on here. I think it is well within our jurisdiction to talk about the fact
that what type of police
has been alleged to have ordered them.
This
free smirk though.
Free smirk. But also maybe
police platform. This some police.
Just sit down for a little and decide, hey, maybe I'm not anybody else.
We don't have no proof that
Despite the recent motions being denied, Lil Durk's legal team made another push for bond, giving his family renewed hope. Durk's father reportedly believed this time they had a real chance at securing his release. On their third attempt, his attorneys presented what they described as a strong bond proposal, aiming to put together an offer substantial enough that the judge would seriously consider granting it.
I just left the courtroom for the bond hearing for my son for the release for the third time. This time it was very fair. The judge was very fair. He wasn't pro-prosecutor, he wasn't pro-defense, but he was pro-justice. So he listened to all the evidence, and he's going to give a ruling in the next few days about what his position is for the bond. But we were very pleased at how it turned out. So continue, family, friends, and fans, continue to keep us in your prayers, and we thank you. And inshallah, God willing, this be victorious for that we have a good ruling in our favor.
The situation escalated further after alleged information from a federal group chat was leaked, prompting new discussion about what was happening inside the courtroom. Federal prosecutors claim that Lil Durk is facing allegations that he ordered hits on certain Oblok members because he believed they failed to retaliate following the death of King Von. According to court filings, prosecutors intend to present testimony from a cooperating witness who alleges that Durk personally gave those orders. The documents also reference internal tension, claiming Durk had ongoing disputes over what he saw as a lack of retaliation. These developments spark reactions online, with DJ Academics and WAC 100 both weighing in, particularly addressing the growing conversation around cooperating witnesses and alleged informant connected to the case.
Life by basically saying he's guilty of for hire, and the only thing that, like, yes, some of these things look suspect. Why'd you go there? Why are these people going there? Why'd you send this message? But nothing. There's no message that they got that says where Durk says y'all that Quando yet. Nothing says that.
I'm not. You missing the point.
Okay.
They got a witness already cooperating on that. Been had one. We just ain't seen what they said. It's 3 years. One of the is cooperating.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah,
So
that's co-conspirator too.
Yeah. I don't know. You don't need too much more than that. One of the is cooperating. Then in the paperwork, you got the conversation. They say they had it in and out. The other two was figuring out how they get.
What made things even more complicated is that one of the cooperating witnesses prosecutors are relying on was reportedly caught contradicting his own statements, damaging his credibility. According to newly surfaced court documents, the main witness initially claimed there was no bounty involved, but later changed his story and said there was one. That inconsistency has fueled speculation that the witness may not be reliable, leading some observers to argue that Lil Durk could potentially benefit from reasonable doubt at trial. There were rumors online suggesting someone nicknamed D may have been misleading federal investigators, but sources also claim he has been actively trying to distance himself from the case altogether.
And that's what Didi did. He's basically saying all this evidence y'all got against Durk got nothing to do with me. Why you got me charged with Durk? And that doesn't mean he's going against Durk. That just means he wants his case severed. And I'm telling you, if it's severed, it helps Durk. Because one of the main connective tissue to this conspiracy is saying that Durk told Didi to hire. Didi's saying, I ain't get told to hire nobody. And I ain't hire nobody. What are you talking about? Why would I hire someone? That's his thing.
Amid these developments, reports surface that prosecutors are seeking to introduce multiple pages of additional evidence against Durk. However, adding new material could further delay the trial, something that might open the door for another bond argument from the defense. Still, federal authorities appear prepared to counter that possibility. Prosecutors allege that Durk was connected to a separate 2021 incident involving Quando Rondo at a gas station in Georgia. Court filings reportedly reference surveillance footage and witness testimony suggesting involvement in that early attempt. Investigators also pointed to certain rap lyrics they believe align with events surrounding the case, as well as comments Durk made publicly after a separate incident involving Quando's crew. Prosecutors claim some of those lyrics and statements closely mirror the timeline of what allegedly occurred.
Right now, the search is on for 3 people who police say at a Savannah rapper, a member of his entourage. It happened in Los Angeles, and cameras captured the aftermath.
This man, a passenger in that car, frantic at the sight.
Despite the mounting allegations, Durk's attorney, Drew Findling, has pushed back strongly, calling the charges excessive and arguing that the government's narrative does not accurately reflect the facts. The defense maintains that the case against Durk is built on questionable testimony and circumstantial interpretations.
The case is as follows. So there was an indictment that did not name him, right? It named others, and then there was an unindicted person. And then 3 weeks later, that indictment was what's called the first superseding indictment, and it does name him. The indictment was identical, except the unnamed person now became Durk Banks. And this is the really important part, The second indictment, what's called the first superseding indictment, only had one new fact. It had one new fact. And that was, it alleged that there was a video by Durk that celebrated and monetized this.
However, the defense faces new challenges after reports emerged that another alleged associate, referred to as Vonnie, may be cooperating with federal authorities. Observers noticed that his custody status was updated, indicating he was no longer being held in prison, sparking speculation that he could have secured a plea agreement. Alleged leaked messages show Vonnie discussing potential plea terms, outlining how sentencing points could be reduced through cooperation and an early plea. In one message, he reportedly said he did not want to risk going to trial. The leak intensified online debate, especially after months of silence from another individual mentioned in connection with the case. Adding to the controversy, Vonnie's father publicly accused his own son of involvement in additional crimes and even claimed there was knowledge within certain circles about past